Hi, welcome to the Andrew Buckle Book Haul of the 14th of November and a few days before that as well. Just gone to a book fair, just come back, completely worn out, wandering around with loads of books around London. What can you do? Went up really early in the morning, got there, picked up too many books, and as always, picked up a few books, put back, and then regretted it. I always do that with book fairs. So, this one, November the 14th, 2021, Bloomsbury Book Fair. Really, really good. And, well, what did I get there at the book fair? And like I say, I'm going to show a few other books as well, but this is the Annals of English Drama. Sort of book that no one else probably in a million years would want to buy. 975 to 1700s. And you've got there all a list of all the plays. A really quite comprehensive list of plays. I'm certain there's probably, must be a few missing, I'm certain. But a list of plays. You've got the obviously name, all the various plays, whether it's lost, fragments, etc. Because some obviously are fragments. You've got the Shakespearean ones. You've got all the Ben Jonson. And I just love all these sort of things. Now I've got lots and lots of Renaissance plays as well as later. And they're just fascinating just to go through them. So this one goes all the way through 1620s, 1650s. You can just see. And I just love I actually love the names. Mistress Parliament brought to bed. That sounds a real good one. Mistress Parliament, her gossiping. Mistress Parliament, her invitation of Mistress London. Whatever. The Rebellion of Naples. Charles I, the disease of the house, the state, and so on and so on. They must have really had great plays there. Whether they're completely readable or unreadable, who knows? I haven't read it. And this one here, The Chaste Virgin, The Enchanted Lovers, Playhouse to Be, Sir Francis Drake, those sort of things. They knew great titles back then. So this is a book that I will have many years of reading through and maybe ticking off as I actually find those plays. Well, obviously not the lost ones, because unlikely I'm going to ever find those. Carson of Venus. I love Edgar Rice Burroughs. Just brilliant. Just absolutely superb. I loved them when I was younger. Just still, you can pick up these sort of books and just read them, and they're just a joy to read. Are they the world's greatest? No, but they're still a pleasure. Carson of Venus. Love all the John Carters as well. As soon as I see any Carson of Venus, I always seem to pick up. There's not that many, but this one I haven't got actually, weirdly. So, must have that. Love catalogue. This one's of London. I actually got this for one of my mates who loves London, so I'm just going to give it to her. And catalogue 23, and it's got a list of vast numbers of London books. So really good. Some reasonably priced. 20 quid, 30 quid, 50 quid, £15 and so on and so on. All gives all the details as usual. They're always quite fascinating just to look through and think, oh, that would be a nice book to get. Now this is a book that's a very unusual title, Decorative Art. I think that gives a clue what it is. Now this is one that I regret not getting the other book as well, because they had the 1937 one there as well. That was probably better than this one in many ways, but I thought, oh, I'll have the 1931 because it's a bit earlier. Anyway, that's always the way. I picked this one, but this is a studio yearbook, and it's basically just a yearbook showing all people's houses from that period. I know probably not fascinating to most people, but I love these sort of books. Certainly 1931 period, the studio, Leicester Square, and you've got all sort of modern exteriors, you've got all the various buildings there. It's just black and white pictures all the way through, but you've got just of the period, 1931. I mean, you can get books now, of course, of the period, showing 1930s, etc. But they've always gone through a sort of like modification. This is what we think now, whereas this is what people were thinking then. And I prefer to actually look and read these sort of books than probably later, when I can make my own judgments whether I think this place looks good or this design looks good or whatever. And you've got look at some of these buildings, you think, wow. Of course, they were probably pretty rich people who had these, the average person didn't. This is not showing sort of the real around some of the back streets of various places. These are all very, very nice plush flats of the period. And so they look great, like Poirot or something. I love Poirot. I'm a mega fan of the TV series especially. So anything that sort of period, I love. That's how I regret not getting the other book. But anyway, that's life. So you got here, and obviously not all London things. Obviously there's some here, Berlin, etc. So it's showing a whole range of different. This one here, Pigalle in Paris. Wow, that looks great. Love all those sort of pictures. Love other buildings as well. But there's an awful lot of obviously English as well as, and also always, which I think is just great, always the adverts at the back. Can't beat good old adverts. This one's obviously Paris, Kensington. You can see the sort of range that people would know well. Obviously, this is probably maybe Christmas period, I don't know. But vellum and so on and so on. Great adverts, always. The other one actually had even more. Foyle's Arts Department. Wow. I wonder what they had there. Books you want on decorative art. Definitely. However, of course, they've moved. Now, this one's got a weird, sort of an unusual, sort of like swastika on. Very odd. Now, most odd. Bookman. This is the book catalogue. I don't know why they had that on the front cover, but I guess that's the reason. Now, a special Christmas number, 1912. This is, wow. I mean, this is massively heavy book, and you've got lots and lots of pictures all the way through it. Lots and lots of, I love some of the artwork. The artwork is real of the time, of course, again. And painting by this and that, and there's just more books and more books and more books, and just books all the way through. And lots of that time. So, Christmas, like I say, it's quite a hefty book. The paper that they used back then really weighs a ton. It's not like, you know, now you get a book like this and it might be 100, 400 pages, but you can, but this, I mean, just literally, it's not that many pages, but it just, is heavy. I love these sort of plates. They would always include them as well. And you've got lots and lots of examples, and also, of course, got lots of the books of the time as well. So you've got all the various, and obviously quite often the prices and things. And I love all these sort of things as well. All the various paintings, obviously, of the period. And many, of course, are not so readily available now. Very tricky to find, I suspect, some of these. So it's quite nice to see. And all these sort of things, the adverts as well, again. Lots and lots of adverts at the back. Oh, that one is quite heavy. And that's got, that's quite a nice lot. Got Rider Haggard on the back. I can't even hardly read it. Tale of South Africa. So you've got some lovely adverts as well. So that's quite good. Ooh, hefty tome. I've got another one of that as well. Zorn. Now, I love artists, love Orca, and I actually haven't got any of Zorn, so I thought, that's quite a nice book, and it's a real nice quality book. £3 for a lovely book like this, full of lots of examples of his work. The Bookman one I just got there, I think that was 10. This one was 5, which was quite good. I was quite pleased with that. £5. Translation about $7, $6. But this one I think is even nicer in many ways because it's 1907, Christmas number 1907, and Hodden Stoughton again. And you've got a lovely, look at that beautiful on the cover there, just absolutely glorious. And got, again, lots more examples in here. You've also got lots more ads for books, which are always great. The Daily News, the Daily Paper, and some other ones. Let's have a look. Hazel's Annual books. They're all full now. The Christmas ones. So you've got lots of examples there of Christmas books. The Christmas double number. Lots of lovely, I love all these old pictures of all these people. I have no idea. My apologies. Sir Richard Claverhouse Jebb. No idea. And certainly it was wonderful. And then Bookman Christmas Supplement. And you got like more examples all the way. I look at that one. Just beautiful. I don't know who that is. Sarah Bernhardt. Should know. Sarah Bernhardt. Lovely picture there. The memoirs of. And so more. Lots and lots of illustrations as well. There's loads of illustrations all the way through this. Oh, they're lovely. Just beautiful illustrations all the way through the back as well. You've got some more illustrations. And this is what I just love about it. Just brilliant. I mean, look at that. Beautiful. And like I said, 1907, just great to see. They actually had quite a few other ones as well. Lots of other magazines and books of that sort of period. And they're just great. But you just can't buy everything. As much as it would be nice, otherwise the house would just collapse under the weight of all those. So that's the book fair. But I did actually buy a few books down the market yesterday. I shouldn't do. And I'll just bring those over. I was watching Michael Vaughan's Western video, and he was talking about, he had a box of, and I was thinking, you really struggle to find Westerns here. I don't know why, but I certainly not where I live. You just can't find Western books. Guess what? Yesterday I went down the market, pile of Western books. Who knows? So, got this one, Gun Talk at Casserly. I've no idea if it's any good. I just picked up a couple. They were all £1 each, so I thought, that one's The Renegade. Another series, Sundance, number 12. No idea. The Goodnight Trail, Ralph Compton. Might be good, maybe indifferent. I have no idea. Just picked up ones that I thought, oh, the covers look good. And also I remember seeing that one, T.V. Olsen, a man from nowhere. Lovely large print one there. Also got these from my local charity store as well. Lovely Edmund Crispen ones. I love those sort of crime novels, detective sort of ones. Great. That sort of, again, sort of 1930 period sort of time. This one, absolutely amazing. This one, £1.99. I bought this in Oxfam bookshop. Love these ones. Series of modern art, source book, and this is just full of the things that I like about it. Is it's of the time again. So you've got here lots of Matisse, etc., discussing various things in various periods, and obviously some artwork as well. But it's just all the writers, the critics, everyone sort of put in their sort of their comments back in like 1912, 1910, etc. So it's sort of not now. It's not written like someone writing it now. This is done at the time when it was actually happening. And I think that's always more fascinating sometimes than reading a book, you know, like Picasso or various, you know, what people think of that time. The new painters, Picasso. So it's Cubism, obviously, and all, you know, all about Cubism, etc. So that's really good. Got this one. I've done a review already of this one, which I think is brilliant. Boys Will Be Boys. Got this on eBay. And, well, Sweeney Todd, Deadwood Dick, Sexton, Blake, Billy Bunter, etc. Actually, I saw quite a few Billy Bunter ones up at the book fair as well. Thought about those, but I didn't get them. Now, I've done a review of this one. It's creepy. Berni Wrightson. This is in Spanish, unfortunately. I can just about read Spanish as well as speak, etc. But it's... probably speak better than I can speak English sometimes, but that's why. But this is a really, really good book. Unfortunately, the English version, American version, ridiculously expensive, so I didn't bother buying it. So I thought, well, you know what, I'll get the Spanish version. I can read that perfectly reasonably. I was really pleased picking these up, and they're not in great condition. But Frazetta, I love Frank Frazetta, and these books go for insane amount. I bought them for £1. I was thinking, oh, £1. You can't beat £1 for some Frazetta. I mean, wow, just great, wonderful artwork all the way through. Now, I had these books years and years ago, sadly long gone. So I was really pleased to get Frank Frazetta book 2. So that's book 2. And 2, what's the name of? In the same pile was Frank Frazetta, the fantastic art of Frank Frazetta. Obviously book 1. And this, again, absolutely superb. With full of, obviously, brilliant, I love that one, Frost Giant's Daughter, brilliant cover. And excellent artwork all the way through. So that was real. It was slightly dirty and I did a bit of cleaning up. Because sometimes you get these books and they're really grubby and you think, well, I don't mind that. I know some people don't like second-hand books at all. I have no problem with second-hand books, but sometimes you do get ones where there actually was a really lovely illustrated London News. Just looked beautiful. But it was mouldy and it was just way too gone. And I thought, oh, I couldn't buy it. Just couldn't buy it. But the picture, I just had flick through. Pictures were glorious. Just all that sort of captured in the 1950s, that period, just beautifully. I got this one. I don't know why I picked this one up, actually. It's okay, but Louise Royo, Women. It was on the same pile, so I just happened to pick them all up. I thought, oh, I haven't got that one. I'll just pick it up. Because then when you don't, you go back a couple of hours later or something, you think, oh, and it's gone. Done that too many times. And this one, fantasy art techniques, Boris Vallejo. So good old Isaac Asimov, of course, there. Brilliant. I love his artwork. Yeah, and I didn't have this one. So I thought, why not? Again, for £1, can't beat that. So got those books. And also, because of Michael Vaughan, and after watching this thing, he was doing the annotated books. I did buy the Dracula one as well. I haven't got that here, but I also got the HP Lovecraft. I'm a mega fan of HP Lovecraft, so I got this one. This is a brilliant book. This is, and I will be doing a review of this because this is, but it's just full of just annotations all the way through. Lots and lots, obviously the classic Arkham sort of books, stories, the main ones there, the Arkham ones, and Dunwich Horror and Whisper in the Darkness, etc. Mountains of Madness, and also just full of just brilliant. Now the dust cover unfortunately gets really bent and slight. I think it's going to tear eventually, but it's still an absolute. This one weighs a ton. This is about 800 odd pages. Real nice quality, really brilliant. If you're a fan of HP Lovecraft, I think this is a must-have. I didn't even know about it, I must admit. Totally oblivious to it. So I was really pleased. Thank you for putting that review up about that book, because as soon as I saw your review, I thought, you know what, I must buy this. And wow, what a great book. And also I bought, not so heavy, the HP Lovecraft one here, Beyond Arkham. And again, just as good as well, in a different way, because there's the stories are, but there's still lots of great annotations, a lot more sort of, actually saying that, not so many pictures, I don't think, but you got lovely examples there, of course, from Weird Tales. Would be nice if someone brought out a book of all the clippings of all the artwork from Weird Tales. I don't know what the copyright issue, I imagine, I don't know. But it would be brilliant just to see every single illustration from all the way back, from the first Weird Tales all the way through. I can't imagine that would be more than 1,000 pages or something. But that would be brilliant. Some were probably awful. So, I mean, some of the artwork wasn't the world's greatest, I must admit. But this one's, it's just full of great stories, as well as lots of examples, of course, all the places that's sort of mentioned in the book. So, which is always quite fascinating to put them in sort of context. And yeah, absolutely pleased with all the various books. I've been reading quite a few of them. I've been reading some of those on the train, the ones I just bought up in London, and thoroughly enjoyed that. So that's the book haul for today, and I hope you found this of interest. Bye.